be honest, I have never done this way, but it is so intriguing that I have to try it. So you can flavor your water however you want. I'm gonna go kind of classic, okay? Just like onion, celery, carrot, a little garlic. So we're gonna get our liquid going. I am starting with water. And you want enough to cover the chicken completely by like an inch or two. Going in with my flavorings. Some garlic, toss that in, and then salt and pepper. We're not gonna just drop the chicken in right now. We're gonna bring this to a boil so that all those flavors can kind of infuse as the water heats up. I always have like a little chicken broth left over from whatever project I was doing. You can toss that in there, enhance the water. So now I'll just bring that up, kind of like tea. We're like slowly infusing that water. And it smells so good. This is like the smell like when you were sick and your mom would make chicken soup. Okay, so here's where the method comes in. Your water is boiling, yes. We're gonna put the chicken in and then we're gonna bring that water just to a boil. As soon as it comes to a boil, turn off the heat, cover it, and let it sit for 15 minutes. All right, my bubbles are starting to come back, so it's reaching that boiling temperature. Cover it and then turn off the heat. Set timer 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now.
Okay, 15 minutes is up. Will it be cooked through and tender and juicy? This is a 2-for-1 special. Now you have chicken broth that you can use for something else. Oh, that smells good. Now this one you can decide if you want to shred it or slice it, you know, or dice it, depending on what you're making. Let me first see how it tastes. I am going to make a bowl of chicken salad with this. Whoa, it works. Let me see if it shreds. Yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh, yeah. So you can decide however you want to serve it up. Do not boil your chicken. Chicken and spinach Alfredo baked stuffed shells. Okay, this can be fully prepped in advance. It's a whole new way to eat chicken Alfredo. This one is for sure gonna be a winner, and it's pasta, so we know it's gonna fill you up. You'll see I'm picking this chicken off. I'm not worried about getting every little bit off of the bone because I want to have some of that in my soup at the end. I'm also taking the skin off because I really don't need it. It's already served its purpose, which is keeping the chicken moist and giving it some flavor. All right, I've got all my chicken shredded, and then the not so beautiful, but oh so functional carcass is right here. Now, this is probably gonna gross you out, but I'm just keeping it real, okay? When you chill it, there's this like gelatinous stuff. That is flavor. That's going to give body to our stock and so much flavor. So I'm not throwing that away. I'm gonna go ahead and make my stock. So just put your carcass, all the stuff in a pot. When you make a stock, you always want to start it in cold water so that everything extracts naturally and at the same time. If you put it straight in hot water, you're not going to get all that flavor because it didn't have a chance to like release from the bones. Okay, so to that, just to help with the flavor, this is when I like to kind of clean out my fridge. Whatever you've got like in your produce drawer, just throw that in the pot. It's all gonna get strained out. It's gonna add great flavor. Okay, and then I'm just tossing all of this into the pot with the chicken. That's it. Okay, while I'm back here, I'm gonna go ahead and boil my shells for my Alfredo. And you wanna cook these a little less than done. Okay, for my filling, I'm using a combination of the light and dark meat. I'm gonna give them a little bit of a chop. So I'm gonna save like half of this for our other meal. And then I'm gonna chop up the rest even further because those shells are not that big. So we want, you know, a little bit of everything in our Alfredo filling. Okay, so in with the chicken, some spinach. This is just 1 box of frozen spinach. And then some ricotta cheese. You could also use just cottage cheese here. And then about equal parts of grated Parmesan. Okay, I'm also going in with some fresh basil. Just kind of mixes right in with the spinach. Okay, a little bit of salt and pepper and a little bit of garlic powder. All right, give that a mix. And then 1 egg. The egg is optional, but it's just gonna add a little bit of richness and kind of hold it together a little bit. In perfect timing, our shells are ready. So you want to drain them and then just kind of shock them a little bit with cold water, just till they're like cool enough to handle. Okay, then we're just going to simply spoon the filling into each little shell and place it into a casserole dish. I'm gonna put a little olive oil down at the bottom of my dish so it doesn't stick. I'm gonna take store-bought Alfredo sauce. Again, it's all about making your life easier. So we're gonna put a little bit of Alfredo down at the bottom. Okay, and then we're just gonna pack them in. This is definitely the meal that, of course, you can enjoy right away, but this one's gonna last in the fridge for a couple days, and then you can just bake it off on the day that you wanna eat it. And now we are going to take our Alfredo and just slather it all over these. You could use like 1 large Alfredo sauce jar or 2 of these like smaller containers. some shredded mozzarella, just a little more Parmesan. I'm gonna cover it and bake it for the first half and then uncover it till it's, all browned and bubbly. Again, if you were just meal prepping for the week, you can stop here, stick this in the fridge, and you've got one dinner done. But you wanna see what it looks like. 2 meals going, let's prep our third. We have to have a Taco Tuesday inspired meal every single week. So I'm doing a chicken fajita skillet casserole. So easy.